New analysis showing Democrats are losing millions of registered voters across our country, while Republicans have a net gain of 4.5 million in the last 5 years. You can see the trend across the country. These are the key battleground states and counties that we watch every election. All of them show a loss for the Democrats. Here to discuss is former counselor to President Trump and Fox News contributor Kellyanne Conway. Good morning.
Good morning, Ainsley.
Good
Well,
morning.
I think 2020 is going to go down as the decade where the Democrats disappeared. The party is in shambles. Think about it. A year ago, for 15 weeks, they spent $1.5 billion only to lose the popular vote presidentially for the first time in 20 years, all 7 swing states. Now they have a money disadvantage with the Democrats. The RNC has 5.5 times more cash on hand than the DNC. The Democrats have lost 2 million net voters everywhere across the country just in the last few years. And Ainsley, I think the most devastating part of all these reports is that Republicans under President Trump are gaining all the new voters. In 2018, 63% of all newly registered voters that year registered Democrat. That's down to 48% in 2024 for Democrats, where Republicans have an outright majority. I think from the original sin of defund the police to Joe Biden governing like Bernie Sanders for 4 years, and then, of course, now Donald Trump's ability to grab opportunities, cultural zeitgeist, and voters to call themselves Republican is remarkable. 4 quick statistics. From 2012, which was Obama coalition, to 2024, which became Trump country, 42% of black men moved from Obama to Trump. 30% of black workers, male and female, from Obama to Trump. 35% of Hispanic workers from Obama to Trump, and 19% of young voters overall. Young men especially are reversing the gender gap we've always seen be a problem for Republicans among women. The gender gap exists, but Ainsley, it is a problem for Democrats among men. You know, years ago, the Republican Party would look for new voters, and they would wait for the single to get married and the young to get old to find new voters. Donald Trump has changed all that. People aren't just willing to call themselves independents. They're willing to put on their red MAGA hat, call themselves Republicans, register that way. And my message to the Democrats today is, if you can't beat them, join them. These Democrats really should start getting on board with some of the clearly bipartisan issues that the president is trying to push forward. That one big, beautiful bill that helps people in every district, every state, and yet you can't find a single Democrat, including the 11 Democrats that won congressional districts that Donald Trump also won a short year ago, Ainsley. None of them are coming on board, and they should do that. They're bleeding voters.
Yeah, I don't understand why the Democrats don't have a course correction, because the policies most Americans don't agree with. Why such a large shift in such a short period of time?
I think it's the Trump effect. There's no other way to say it. He was president, and people missed that 2019 pre-COVID economy. They missed the toughness. Look, that election last year was about many things, inflation, migration, but it was really about strength over weakness here and abroad, at our border, in our streets with crime and drugs, and certainly abroad. This is a man who has inherited 2 big wars, I'd say more than that, and he's bringing peace everywhere, 6, 7, and counting. Mm-hmm. And he's going to, look, people were saying he's going to abandon Ukraine. He's there trying to bring a peace and a just result. So it was about strength over weakness, but last election was also about fairness. I think the Democrats really screwed themselves, Ainsley, with defund the police, with men and women's sports, all these crazy cultural issues
Illegal
where they
immigration.
all ran toward it. The woke stuff, absolutely letting 10 million people here. People said that's not fair. It's not fair to American worker, American sovereignty, American security. And then the ultimate one, Ainsley, was they saw illegal immigrant children getting your kid's seat in a New York City classroom, getting free cell phones, cash, digital benefit cards, clothing, things that Americans are saying, gee, I haven't been able to upgrade these items in my life, and we're giving them.
And we're paying
People
for it.
said it's fairness, yes. And
Kellyanne,
so I think the strength of Trump is now the registration strength.
Thank you so much for coming on. Great job.